Welcome back, everybody. Digital Chaos versus Immortals, game number 3. An elimination match, best of 3 series to determine who's going to be heading to the finals of the PGL North American qualifier. And to wrap up a very special series, I have a very special guest. Not only do I have Eosin, but I also have the grandest of Grants joining us.
Where you at, Grant?
Nice.
Hello?
Great intro, Grant.
Yo, what up, what up? It's Grant. It's your boy, back from a sunny trip to California, just chilling back in Colorado, living the life.
You just can't get enough Dota, can you? You went straight from King's Cup to immediately asking if I wanted a stats man last night, which I missed your message. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Some people make mistakes, and you got to forgive them. Also, Eosin, you've been doing a great job.
Thank you, Grant.
Psych.
Why you gotta be like that? You didn't even invite me to hang out. You were here for 2 weeks.
It's the same thing with Grant every single time. You can't take those off-the-cuff compliments from him ever. It's always going to be followed up by a psych.
It's all right. That's what we love him for.
Yep. Nah, you guys have been doing a good job. This has been a pretty good series. Game 2 a little stompy. I just have one question. Is Immortals actually sponsored by Tostitos?
Of course,
I mean, that'd be pretty hype,
questions of the world, Grant. You found the most important of all.
I love Tostitos. Those scoops.
Oh, that's some good taste, man. Those scoops are something else.
Grant, since you're the NA historian of Dota, and you were listening to the cast, what did Eosin and I do wrong? That's what I want to know.
I wasn't listening to the cast. I was watching the stream, but I haven't muted. You're the same way. No one listens. Other casters don't listen to other casters. Like, I don't know. That's just how it is.
We're all arrogant, egotistical fucks and can't stand listening to other people.
That's true. But, man, these opening picks, everyone's ready for a patch, but it's interesting, right? Jakiro was used by, Cole and the Dyers team, and now every single NA team has picked it up except DC. And I think it's hindering them.
Actually, they did run Jakiro in the first game.
All right, well, I'm a liar. They did lose.
So maybe they just need a winning Jakiro. But, truly, Nature's... I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like Nature's Prophet is, arguably the most OP offlaner of the patch right now.
I believe in a way he is, but the thing is, if you do not have a good stars in HS, it feels weak, right? Because the whole point of him is you win your lane to level 3, 4, then you just start ganking around everywhere. But if you're not, a good player, not even that, you can fall behind in levels so quickly, right? You always find farm, but Nature's probably just struggles with finding levels if he fails at ganks. But he's definitely the strongest offlaner.
And he's got a lot of help with the Slardar. Whether or not Slardar is going to be rotating for the Nature's Prophet at all in the early laning phase is yet to be determined. But when we go into the mid game, it'll definitely help out a lot to have that amplify damage.
Yep.
Nature's Prophet, I definitely agree with you. He is pretty OP, but a lot of other, not a lot of other regions, but Team Secret, they have some of the best answers for a Nature's Prophet, in my opinion. The moment they see that hero, they will pick up Spirit Breaker along with something like, I don't know, a Bad Rider or eventually a Storm. They always have 2 heroes who can easily catch out a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, who was it? It was the Dyer. I forget who they were playing, right? They ran Nature's Prophet actually in a carry lane. So there's still a little variable. It seems always off lane, but Pycat did run that.
What the hell? Why did they have an Oracle? We've seen Oracle picked up against Bat Rider, and we've seen it picked up against Darkseer. But we don't have either one of those heroes yet on Immortals.
Yeah, but my man, Smart Man Eosin here says Bat Rider is one of the few decent counters, especially in the mid game against Nature's Prophet. So by picking the Oracle there, you have a nice save, and you don't really want to play as a Bat Rider versus Oracles, so it discourages the pick.
Do you like those kind of drafting decisions, though? Do you like preemptive pickups?
It's weird. A lot of times I do, but with DC, I really like DC. I like all their players, but Moonmeander's a captain. You can still tell he doesn't have his water feet under him while he's cruising. But I think Oracle's a really underused hero. Like, right? He has the best save in the game easily. He has a heal that not only that, it's one of the best nukes in the game with a 0 cast time, cast point, whatever. I don't know. In general, I don't like it, but here I really like Oracle, so I'll go with yeah.
All right, Immortals.
Hard for me.
Oh, a Monkey King. Potential Monkey King safe lane here. I don't know how that hero actually does against the Furion. Do you?
Destroys him. Absolutely massacres him. You get a
Really?
Poor Man's Shield, then Quelling Blade in the lane. I mean, what does the Furion do? The Treants do nothing against Poor Man's Shield. Monkey King almost has a longer range than Furion for God knows what reason. And then you just get Jingu Mastery, and he actually can't stay in lane.
I can feel that, especially once he gets like level 3, and if he wants to, he's able to jump into trees and have that extra mobility to really get on top of the Furion.
Yeah. I guess level 1 might be rough, but...
Yeah.
Is the matchup actually that bad?
I believe it is. I've seen. I mean, obviously, take it with a grain of salt. I've seen in FPL a lot when it's Arteezy playing Monkey King. It's one of the best carries. But against like anyone, pretty much on Nature's Prophet, you can go anything, right? Like Poor Man's Shield, you get an Orb of Venom as well. And like, what does Nature's Prophet do? Stand and fight? If there's a Jakiro there, you just die. Like Monkey King's just an extremely strong laner in general, especially against those like just weak ranged heroes.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Some of the European regions, they run him in the mid lane to counter out some of the more popular mid laners, actually.
10 seconds remaining.
I think they run it against Pugna, actually, and it's actually okay against Pugna, too.
5 seconds
Bro, don't bring up that
remaining.
weak Asian shit. We're in America. No, I'm just kidding. I've been watching a lot of Chinese Dota, actually, with you doing some of it. You know, eHome Keen, I can't believe they beat LGD. Just want to give them a shout out because it's always fun casting them in open qualifiers.
Wait, hold up. Are you mixing me up with someone? I have done nothing but
Yeah.
EU and CIS.
He
No,
definitely is.
I meant I've been watching like I've been watching your EU and then I've been watching China. I was trying to like do 2 things at once. You guys need to keep up.
Oh,
I'm on
I
that
got
5th dimension.
Grant,
Cap,
apparently...
you're pretty
Yes.
smart. Wait up. Whoa.
Oh, God.
Do you like Death Prophet? Isn't that a pretty all-any hero, wouldn't you say? Especially with the Nature's Prophet.
I mean, they got the synergy with the Oracle and the Slardar. So I feel like Digital Chaos are going to take this pretty fast pace where there's actually a lot of synergy with all 3 of their heroes, right? They've got Oracle save on Death Prophet, which is really strong because she's got 2 different heals. You've got physical damage amplifier on Slardar. And you've got, in the laning phase, it's going to be very tough because Spirit Siphon, then you have a Furion TPing in behind you, potentially with an Orb of Venom and stuff. Like, you lose that mid hero, say like a level 4 Furion comes in, and like you lose that mid hero, he's going to push your tower immediately with the Death Prophet, and you could just start losing towers just like that. I feel like Digital Chaos is really trying to take the laning phase and some of the options away from Immortals and just start their ball rolling in their favor, kind of like they did in Game 2.
Yeah, I think both teams, after that Bloodseeker pick, right? I mean, when you pick up a Bloodseeker, you want to play pretty fast-paced as well, because you're really good early game, then you kind of fall off until you get that Radiance usually. But Monkey King's the same way. Like, how does DC fight into a Monkey King ult? It seems like both teams want to take fights on their own accord, obviously. I mean, most teams do. But it feels like, especially in this one, it's going to be up to Digital Cast Slardar getting an early blink, I think. Because I think Immortals just has a way better mid-game lineup, even against DP.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, I don't think there's... Do you think there's enough on DC to actually address this Monkey King, though?
That's
a lot of the
the
times...
problem, I don't think.
Not a problem?
No, I think they do have a problem. Like, if you get your ghosts out. The problem is just Death Prophet can't go that stupid EE build that I think is really bad. I don't know. That's just me. They're pro players, I'm not. But like the Solar Crest, no Yules. I think like Death Prophet needs a Yules, like 100%, especially versus Monkey King. So we'll see.
Yeah. Dude, what if they just went Necrophos on Digital Chaos, and that would give them an anti-Monkey King option, right? Like whenever that guy comes into team fights, you just throw a couple nukes at him, and you're able to Reaper Scythe him. Just stop the power of that big ultimate. It would give you another synergy with the Oracle. Like how has Necrophos just gone untouched through this whole entire drafting phase?
It's a good question. Was it touched in the first 2 games?
Yeah, it was. At least
I don't
in
remember
one
the
of them.
bans. But that is a good point. I'm really surprised that we're at the very last pick phase and no one's banned or touched it.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I hate that hero. And there's the ban. So Cap, I mean, you're a 7K player. You make these calls, and like Immortals is like, damn, he's right.
Well, apparently it wasn't banned in the first game, so I'm only half right here. But it would have been the hero. What the have we just Steven, have we just gone through Okay, Necrophos was banned in the second game. All right, I'm not crazy. I think it's whenever Ancient Apparition got banned in the first one too. Then I think that's when.
Ooh, the Pugna. You said that maybe a possible deny pick there as well. Like you said, Monkey King versus Pugna. And I mean, if DC really wanted to run a hard push with Death Proud Nature's Prophet, who better than the little skeleton mage himself?
Yo, how good is? It doesn't have the greatest It's not the greatest pickup against each hero. But what about Huskar?
It's a little risky, right?
Sorry, I think picking Huskar anytime is pretty risky, right? But even this game, like versus, I just hate Jakiro. Like when you're playing as a Huskar, not that I ever do, but just you get Ice Path once, you just lose the fight instantly when you're low.
I think Huskar does pretty poorly against a Bloodseeker as well.
Yeah, because
there's always a long damage. Well, it's like you always have a long startup on your jump. The potential for you to get ruptured while you're jumping is really high, and you can pretty much die to it.
Yeah, and I know Lacoste always brought it up. The fact that as a Huskar, right, you want to be low HP. That's where you get your damage, and Bloodseeker gets damage from you being low HP. It's just almost an exact counter.
Oh, there we go. It was like I really couldn't think of any heroes that are good against Bloodseeker that were left, but Weaver with the Lincolns definitely relatively strong versus this lineup from Immortals.
So I did watch like all of game 2, but game 1, was it pretty even, or was it Immortals taking it pretty easily?
No, it was very
close.
back and forth.
Oh, okay, so DC obviously winning game 2, probably feeling a little bit better going into this game. They have a reasonably solid draft. You have Mason on Weaver, one of his favorite heroes to play. Abed on DP, which he played a lot in King's Cup. I think it just comes down if the Oracle gets jumped on before a fight, it really could be bad, and I guess we'll see.
Grant, you were there casting the King's Cup, and Digital Chaos's definite fall from grace there, getting 3-0'd by the Dire.
Pretty handily.
Was there something like that really stood out to you about DC that they really need to improve upon, or was it kind of alluding back to what you were saying about Moonbeam, or you feel like the captaining just wasn't quite there yet?
I feel it was a drafting, right? Because even the night before that, DC 2-0'd the Dire, in I believe it in PGL or something.
Yeah.
And then the next day, like Peter, like I was like, I can't wait for this finals, and Peter's like, I'm gonna go banana on Moonmeander's drafting, and like it just felt like he was out drafted at every faucet of the game. Faucet?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Prepare for battle.
I love faucets. You can get cold or hot water. Like what a man-made machine.
Wow. That's pretty hype, Grant. You're right.
One second, see if the stats work.
Why are they all wishing luck to Forev, specifically? I mean, I don't know Forev just as much as the next guy, but...
I mean, why not? Forev is one of the friendliest Korean players, in my opinion.
Got me my
Y'all
7K.
See that? Do you guys see the stat?
We see it.
All right, so I know how to do it now.
Right.
We're good.
Stats work.
Sick.
Stats, man, Grant. Dubu's going to be the first one down, it looks like, as they're going to be easily picking up that first blood. Digital Chaos already one step ahead in this game 3.
Yeah, that's impressive to kill Jakir. Look at him. He has, we still find this here ridiculous. I'm sure everyone does. He has 700 HP at level 1 with 0 stat items.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane, right?
Yeah, pretty insane, but Weaver's pretty good against him, right? Because he's got slow attack speed, so the bugs are just able to work on that low armor.
Even though they did just lose a kill there, obviously that's bad. Even first blood, they got 2 pretty good deep wards, and they barely miscountered it on the Radiant side. So Immortals are gonna have good vision this whole early game.
But it looks like they're also not just gonna be giving up first blood, but also the bounty runes. So 3 of them go the way of Digital Chaos. It looks like Bulba is not going to be giving that signature babysit for Abed in the mid lane. He's actually going to be stepping on MSS's lane first. Kind of makes sense. I don't think Death Prophet really needs it, to be honest. It's a very signature solo mid hero.
You might be speaking too soon.
Or apparently not.
Come on, Cap.
Of course, Bulba's not going to go anywhere but mid in the beginning of the game.
Oh, wait, the career?
So close,
Nice
not going to be able
body
to get it. MP is going to pay for that body block, taking about half his HP away, but saves his courier's life.
Oh, wait, he's got to be careful.
No more Spirit Siphons, so... we'll be
Yeah,
okay
level 1
for
Spirit
now.
Siphon feels so good the first time you use it. You just body someone out of lane, and then you realize the cooldown, how long it actually is at level 1, and you don't have more than one.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like Winter Wyvern bodying an offlaner out of the lane, you know? You feel great, and then all of a sudden that guy comes back with one tango, and you can't fight him anymore because you don't have it.
Yep, and I'm looking at these lanes now. I think both teams are happy with their safe lane. I think if QO knows how to play this lane, it should be pretty easy for him, but obviously Nature's Prop can always pull creeps with Treants. We see people abuse that quite a bit.
That's why it's all the more important for Dubu to get these pulls off. That was an interesting pull. He actually pulled it straight up with the tree cut down.
Oh yeah, I have seen a couple of teams do this.
I guess it's just, what, less likely to be interrupted by the offlaner?
Yeah.
Yep. It's also like a new path you can open up in case you get in trouble. A lot of supports are actually saved by this path that's opened up. And they get dive or dove on.
It feels like DC is probably a little bit happier. They know Abed's gonna have farm, and he really is the true carry. Even when he's playing middle or carry, they always give him the farm, right? Mason's just been put on these, get a few items up and just own heroes, and that's exactly what he's on, right? Weaver, you get like an Aquila. Sometimes we've seen Urn. Mason's gone Urn on carry Weaver, and he just roams around while Abed farms.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're happy with that.
Has he ever gone the old, like, really fast Solar Crest build? Anything like that?
Nah, he's gone like the even more fighting. I think it was like Treads Aquila Urn, and I really like it, right?
Okay.
He had it like 9 minutes, which is insane amounts of farm, obviously, and you know, who can deal with a Weaver with that much farm that early?
Yeah. MSS continue to try and shove Dubu away from him and get some of that precious CS, but you could see QO is challenging MSS every single time he gets close to the creep wave.
I have a question for you guys. I've asked some people, isn't it crazy how like Orb of Venom was never picked up on like any heroes? Then like all melee heroes, this is pretty good. Now every ranged offlaner gets it. Is it like, and the extra harass really doesn't feel like that much, right? It's 4 damage after hero reduction.
I think it's actually pretty significant. Oh, MSS is going to get out of here. I think the biggest thing that people have realized is that every safe lane carry, you know, melee carry, is going to pick up that poor man's shield. And if you have a PMS, unless you have phase boots, you're not going to do much damage. And that's kind of what the Orb of Venom provides. It makes up for that poor man's shield block, right?
So you
even
don't think
if you...
it's that overrated? Like, I mean, it is only 4 damage a tick for what, 3 ticks?
Yeah, so it's 12 damage every
don't
hit.
think so.
But
I
do
it's
think
pretty good.
I think what the progression was is that the safe lane carries picked it up. Like heroes like Animage would pick up an early Orb of Venom, and it was so effective against these offlaners. And we start running some of these ranged offlaners. Fury Gun really starts coming into vogue, and you see the advantage of how just a small movement speed change can really add to you. And it may be a very small amount for a ranged hero, but a ranged hero takes advantage of a movement speed difference so much more, right? And when the whole entire idea of a ranged hero is purely harassment, I mean, like, that's the point of it, right? Is like you're running an H's Prophet to harass the safe laner out of lane. So you've got to make the most of that situation. MP almost going to be blown up. Oh, there's the Crypt Swarm, just enough to be able to finish him off. And Febby cannot do anything to stop it. They even had MSS ready to go for the TPN. We talked about this in the draft, that this mid lane is going to be pretty tough for Immortals.
Especially just how DC plays, right? Like you talked about, like, oh, Boba starting top lane, it's a shock, right? Because he's just always there to bully middle every game.
Yeah.
Night Stalker, Slardar, like, that's just his job is to be Abed's, like, boyfriend.
He's the
Not a bad job. That guy's 10K. I mean,
he's in, like in Prison Break. You gotta hold the pocket. That's what Boba does.
Bro, I don't know. I've never been to jail, but kill bottom. MSS coming down now.
He'll still be able to get away. Didn't get clipped by the bug, so he's good. Abed, he's got a shrine up. Looks like he's gonna be forced to use it.
Yeah, it feels like a very good start for both Abed as well as Mason. I mean, the only death on the side of DC is a Moon Meander death that just happened. But QO is getting a decent amount of farm. I mean, you expect that, though. You're in the safe lane, and you pretty much just stick Dubu up there. Like, he hasn't roamed at all. He's only staying there.
So,
yeah.
You've seen a lot of Monkey Kings in FPL, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've been seeing him all over NA pubs, and I feel like this hero is surprisingly strong at just farming and becoming like kind of a late game carry.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to fight into the hero. Like once you get even level 1 ult, like the armor is just insane. Like if you walk inside of it to fight him, you're taking damage from all the little, I don't know what they're called, spirits. Pardon me, missed that kill there, but
Don't worry,
he just has so much armor, you can't kill him. And up, Ferev's getting gone on too, as well as Febby.
The bugs plus the Furion. It's just they've got actually so many minus armor options for Furion to take advantage of. This is getting pretty rough. Eosin, what do we do for Immortals? How do we change this game?
It's like Grant said, Monkey King is incredibly strong when it comes to these mid-game team fights, because the other strong thing that he has going for him, apart from that super powerful ulti, is that while he is a carry, Boundless Strike is always a great way to start off a fight too. That Boundless Strike stuns for 1.6 seconds, and that thing has some serious range on it.
MP goes down. Abed does have to deal with Febby, though, but it looks like he's going to be chased away. Bulba doesn't actually have mana for a stun, so he can't stop the Monkey King from just coming in and slamming on Abed. So they will be able to trade mid for some rotations, though. But at the same time, it was Exorcism used.
Yep. It's definitely a worth it kill. Taking down Abed, he's worth more at this point, and because Exorcism down, your towers are fine for the next 110 seconds.
It's a big rotation for Immortals, not having to worry about that. And I think, is there anything they're going to be waiting for Immortals?
My bad. Immortal, I think they're just waiting for Pugna to get 7. You just can group up as Zoic fight.
QO. He throws out the ultimate. He knows he needs that extra armor to be able to survive, and he does. He gets the lifesteal off on MSS, unable to finish off and get the double kill. The magic damage coming out from Oracle just proves to be too much. Another one of your favorite things about Oracle, right, Grant?
Yeah, it's Purifying Flames. I hate to say it, but an overthrow, right? One of the most broken heroes because the cast point of it. It's so easy to KS. That would have been a triple kill if you don't have an Oracle there, right? If you have someone else like a Dazzle, you're getting triple killed inside of that ulti. The armor is so good, man.
Even smaller, magic damage supports that don't do that much nuke damage probably still would have been Monkey King just wiping through people.
Yeah. So that was a decent thing for them. They're still down about a kill. Now they're coming after him. He's dead up top. See you later, Moon.
Mason's going to try and get the rebuttal, though, with MSS. They didn't manage to get bugs on him, but QO is going to be stuck inside the trees, slammed by Bulba. And they will manage to get the counter kill with Abed. Closing in pretty fast on Dubu, too. They are definitely going to just shove down this tower. Bulba tries to catch the TP out from Dubu, but unsuccessfully.
Yeah, the biggest thing about that kill right there is the only reason Mason and them committed up top is because they know the Monkey King went to heal, so he TP'd back, meaning he wouldn't be able to TP out at all, and it's just a free kill if he goes on Moon Meander.
This is definitely Monkey King's biggest weakness, though. If you have a bad start, it is actually so difficult to catch up because you are very, very vulnerable to pretty much any type of damage. Wukong's command is actually, while it is insanely powerful, it does take some time to get out. And if he just gets jumped on by pretty much anyone and he's behind, it's going to be a kill.
I love you can do these pictures. These pictures are fire. Top lane.
QO is going to be run down. He does have the lifesteal, though, but he doesn't have his stun, so he can't get out the big burst of damage. Just heals up a little bit and starts backing up and deals with that bug. Meanwhile, bottom lane's being pressured pretty heavily by Ferev, who's now level 8. This is the one hero that's kind of gone unnoticed. Since Bloodseeker's been spending so much time in the jungle, it's been Ferev who's kind of speeding along in the net worth chart, currently just behind the Weaver, but far behind our top net worth, who's Abed, sitting at almost 5k at 10 minutes.
Yeah, 1,000 up at this point in the game over anyone is pretty damn big at 10 minutes. No one's really that far, though. 5k net worth at 10 minutes isn't the most, but when everyone's this low, you're feeling good as a death prophet, right? And he's going to Yules first. Thank you. Not getting that. I still disagree, even though CCNC, they won that 3-0 against DC, and they did go like that weird build on death prophet. I think Yules is just too good, really.
Highest net worth for Immortals is about to die. Now, he does have a rotation coming in if he could just survive long enough for his team to maybe pick up 1 or 2 kills, but he just dies so quickly. QO.
Oh, they want to go
Going
on
for the
MSS.
slam and jam. They're going to be able to catch him, too. Voids. Oh, they'll still get him for sure, but delayed a little bit by the successful Sprout and Immortals trade.
How do you feel about the Midas on Monkey King? I'm just not a big
Necessary.
fan of Midas, so I want to know what you guys think.
I'm not a fan either. I prefer the Echo Saber. I think it's good enough to help him farm, and it just makes you that much stronger in the team fights earlier. Dude can get picked off here.
He was way out there.
I actually think it's necessary for this game, just because Immortals is, like, their laning phase is so ruined that I really don't think that they're going to be able to contest some of these 5-man pushes.
Wow, this is a very early Roche. Sorry, Cap.
Yeah. I mean, just look how much physical damage they're able to lay out into this Roshan so quickly.
Yeah, and they knew this was happening, right? They literally ran in their 5-man unsmoked. The Dire has a ward there, and Bulba's just sitting up there. I mean, if Monkey King can somehow get an ult up, but it's going to be too late now.
Oh, I thought maybe they were going to get another Roshan steal. Get the blood right.
Well, that's the classic, right? The either the top tier 2 for Roshan for Radiant or the bottom tier 2 for Roshan. So not the worst trade, honestly, for Immortals. I mean, they're actually up gold now.
I don't think they're going to be wanting to fight, though, for quite some time. And I think that's going to mean that DC in the end are going to get more in exchange with his Aegis over the course of the next 5 minutes.
MP going to be in some
lane.
big trouble here with Furion TPing it as well. I mean, if Furion's not necessary. They don't even need this 4th man on the field that they can always bring to this fight. It's just like when they dove mid. Which is not even necessary. They just have
But I
too
guess
much damage.
you just go into a push maybe, but good rotation stopping that already. And you see Monkey King just chilling in the trees down bottom. Like, he wants to farm, but he's like, wait, where'd everyone go? That's the problem with Monkey King. Like, you never feel that safe. If you just get initiated or like a Blink Slardar, Monkey King's just dead.
Yeah. He has to spend so much time off the map farming neutrals. Again, I think that's where the Midas comes back into play, right? Is that you just have to be able to make do for this mid game and kind of just grind through it and not get caught. And Midas is a lot better for allowing you to be able to play safe while still getting farm.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think if the laning was, normal and it was even, he probably should have went for a fighting item, but
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're struggling a bit right now.
Their lineup is definitely not meant to be losing this part of the game. But to be honest, neither's is Digital Chaos's, right? And I think that's the thing. Like, I've heard this time and time again. Like, teams know what they should be doing against MVP Phoenix and now Immortals. They know they should be shoring up their laning phase and just picking heroes that can fight because they know Immortals is going to take fights to them.
Yeah.
This will come in handy.
I feel like Immortals is kind of leveled up in that sense, though. They are kind of holding back on those kind of engagements. They actually just go into farming and they're patient. Or more patient now.
I think that does come with moving to NA, honestly. Like, people say, like, ooh, NA just stupid bad Dota, but in Korea and, like, Southeast Asia, it was a lot easier to just be better than everyone else. And NA now, right, we have, like, 5 good teams. They realize their one play style isn't going to carry them to lands anymore. They're going to have to do more than just running at people.
Hey, we're seeing a lot of times that Immortals are picking and choosing their timings for fights. I mean, right now, you could see just how spread out they are. Like, Febby, twice in a row now, right? We saw Steven Febby farming up jungle with his 4 position. A lot of times just trying to grind whatever gold he can. They're not looking for fights. They're just looking for ways to farm that aren't near Digital Chaos.
It's been a couple of minutes and they're still retaining their gold lead, so... I mean, I think overall, Immortals should be pretty happy with what they've accomplished.
Yeah, this is definitely pretty impressive. Especially considering how easy their heroes are to kill. Monkey King, Pugna, even Bloodseeker. Those are all heroes that are just easily bursted down when they're initiated.
Yeah.
But
And like we see MS says, this is what I was talking about. He just now hit level 10 in 15 minutes. I don't know. That hero just feels like it has level problems. But look at his farm. His farm's great.
yeah.
Hero just really has level problems. But I guess that's still the second highest in the game, so I don't know what the hell I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying as a theory, just because you're right. Because NP is out of experience range for so much of the gold he gets. Dude was going to be caught here. But, I mean, this is due, right? Like, Immortals are going to be losing heroes. In fact, they're going to go for a kill that no one really expects. Diving a tier 3 tower. They give up on that idea. Pretty quick.
And it wasn't worth it, because look, his Midas he's just not using it. He's actually just not, there you go.
All right, Grant Strick.
It was
wants
off
the most
cooldown,
EXP?
31 seconds. Yeah, it was 31 seconds. You're losing EXP by not casting at ESN.
This is true.
Now, have I explained to you guys my EHP value of a Midas before?
The EHP of a Midas. Okay, explain.
What does EHP stand for again?
Effective health pool.
Yeah, exactly. So by getting higher levels in the game, you get a more high effective health pool, right? So by not casting Midas, you're losing experience, losing levels, losing gold, which can also buy you HP. Thus, a Midas unused is a negative 11.5 EHP normally. Bloodseeker's Midas off cooldown, by the way.
Out of
So
curiosity, how
12,
did you
12
arrive at
HP
that?
points? That's all you're missing out on from not using your Midas?
Yeah, but you're also missing out on damage. I'm only talking EHP. I
Are
haven't
we
got
talking
it,
like
trust
per
me.
second? Like, is it 12 HP per second? Or.
If maybe more. Sometimes we use the metric system.
All right, you can't argue
You're an
with
NA?
science.
Since when?
Oh, I don't use it myself, but I'm just, helping out the viewers. I've learned it's more about the viewers than ourselves, So I like to get the metrics, the kilometers, all of that in there.
I feel you. I feel you. After all, I know HP points is definitely an American metric. I don't know what they use over there in Europe.
Exactly.
Maybe you could enlighten us, Steven, with your casting of European Dota.
After this 5v5, maybe.
After this 5v5. Oh, okay, well, that's a bad start to the 5v5. QO just straight up misses the boundless strike and doesn't have it for another 15 seconds. The exorcism already out. Fortunately, QO didn't have his trees knocked out from underneath him from MSS. They're chipping away at some of these trees, but this tier 1 tower is definitely going to be going down without Immortals contesting. Now, they're probably going to be able to hold on to their tier 2, it looks like.
Has fallen.
It's just a tower and nothing. I mean, MSS was even farming a little bit during that early push, so only 4 committed from DC until the end of it. They just got the better trade on that.
Ooh, I like this, though. The exorcism is down, right? So they go for the 5-man push out real quickly. See if they can force the fight, because they can't touch fights forever.
Yeah, they can't. And with this big smoke, I mean, who do you look for, though? MSS is a good kill, but if you kill MSS up top, you don't find anything. Instead, they're going to find Slardar.
And he just
Or
blinks
not.
away.
Great play from Bulma, stopping them in their tracks. I mean,
Even break the
Immortals,
smoke, yeah.
they wanted to make a play. They waited for this moment, no Aegis, but I think DC understand that as well. Going to be hiding away now, making sure they take better engagements.
We see Midas coming out from Bulba. I'm fine on a hero that can't farm by himself. Like you said, like Monkey King, you get an Echo Saber, you actually clear creep wave so quickly. Bulba, you stun a creep wave and you still need 3 hits for like every creep to do anything, so it's a good catch-up tool.
He's actually going to be making his way towards the Monkey King. He thinks that just him and the Furion would be enough to be able to take the Monkey King down, but they give up on that dream as QL backs himself away after killing the creep wave. He's getting closer and closer to his Desolator, one of those big upgrades.
Yep, and obviously those the Wukong warriors proc it themselves. So just big team fight. Once you get that level 2 ulti, wait, he has it. I mean, that armor, 14 armor. When they don't have a Deso, they have no armor removal. He's going to be at 20 armor in fights. That's just insane. Versus the Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Even with ulti from Slardar.
I mean, the thing is, it sounds impressive, but with 20 armor, he still technically has 0 if he gets focused down, because Corrosive Haze is going to remove 10, and MSS does have that Solar Crest, so, I mean, that's minus 20, and we're not even throwing in the Weaver bugs.
Bro, then you let Pugna and Bloodseeker go untouched, Steven, or what?
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you wanna
Probably,
focus
if
someone
you're in the
down-
Monkey King ultimate, you probably gotta.
Yeah.
All right, there's the Desolator, but Digital Chaos will get Aegis and Cheese as second Roshan already falls. I do like the points that you were making, though, about the higher levels of the Wukong's command. I think the levels are incredibly important for Monkey King because he's got that level 15 talent as well, where if you're behind in a game like this, the HP is so important. Febi's going to be caught trying to fly his way to the shrine. Actually gets a 4-stat from MP. He's going to be good for now. QO, is he going to drop that ultimate? No, he actually gets silence. And now with the amplified damage on him, Bulba, ready to follow up with a crush, is going to be able to catch him plus more. Maybe not. He's actually going to be chased away by MP. They get a silence on a Mason, but Febi, dropping lower and lower, does have flying up. Not going to be able to use it just yet, though. Oh, nice Ice Path from Dubu. They're going to go straight for MSS, but still can't make the full committal just because these heroes are too damn low. Febi toying with Mason. He flies over on Mason, not willing to make that commitment for the kill as he values his life a little bit more. Simple pick-off for Digital Chaos on the Monkey King. Nothing more really being used for that.
Just a nice pick-off into a possible more payoff. So Immortals did a good job of cutting their losses, though.
Really unfortunate. All they wanted to do was save Febi, and they do end up losing the Monkey King in return. And then it's like, I think every kill on QO is like that much bigger for DC because he's pretty much like the centerpiece of their team fight.
Now, this thing, right? Bloodseeker, he went 4-step before Radiance. Like, Bloodseeker can't teamfight right now. All he's useful for is his AoE silence and maybe a Rupture on somebody, but who do you put on? Abed? He just Yules, he's fine. It's a really good stat, whoever put that up. Well, thank you.
Well done.
Yeah, if people didn't know, actually, Febi was pretty big in Dota 1 in Canada. He went to a lot of Canadian lands. Actually almost got into a fist fight, I believe it was 1437 at a local Canadian land, 2009. He's pretty deep into the NA culture.
That's actually the first time I met Febi. We were in the same Warcraft 3 clan. No, not a LAN, but we played in the same clan.
Yeah, Febi was definitely... I mean, you can see it in just like how he acts and stuff. He's a little different than the other Southeast Asians, you know. That's the NA in him. That's why he's one of the best SEA players of all time.
Is that why he dresses up as a girl?
Yes. I mean, who hasn't done that? Let's be real. Who doesn't just dress in their, like, you know, siblings' clothing? It's all right, I gotta go.
I want to see Granny Grant.
I mean, you know, maybe we'll see. You know, where the streams take us. Oh, look at this flank, possibly from behind by Dark Green. Fabi hitting with those Tostita crispy ass chips.
Boba looking for his opportunity, does get ruptured, blown up by Forev. Nice two-man silence, though. Mason trying to follow that one up, but with Abed in trouble. He does have the cheese, though, and they're going to be able to get the Oracle save out on him as well, and QO stuck inside his own ultimate is going to be gobbled up by Abed. Well, Mason gets the back lines as well. Managed to pick up the Pugna. Mason drops a little bit low, but he does have the Aegis, and Immortals realize this is just not a fight they can really win. They can trade blow for blow, but they'll never be able to overwhelm Digital Chaos with the Aegis and cheese.
Yeah, no, my death probably. We just see how good it is, especially with the Oracle, right? And the cheese. Like, he probably didn't even have to eat the cheese right there, and they would have been fine. He just maybe didn't trust Moonman or get the ulti off. I mean, what if Nightstalker silenced him? But yeah, pretty nicely won team fight there. And I love Boba got blown up. He got Decrep ruptured, and then a Void from Nightstalker did like 525 damage or something. He just died.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny to see the Decrep combo on Slargars, especially since they're usually sprinting. The damage amplification is just so ridiculous.
So Weaver now. I mean, Weaver getting that second item. I've heard a lot of people don't like Lincoln's first anymore. Do you guys still, are you still fine with like Aquila into Lincoln's?
Necessity against Bloodseeker. I think that's the biggest reason. Otherwise, it's, you know, kind of whatever. MSS tries to cut down the trees, but Monkey King is able to make a swift getaway. Really needs that BKB, really needs the Radiance on MP as well. And this is beginning to become a little bit of a time game where Digital Chaos are closing off more and more of the map faster and faster, and Immortals have to find a way to finish their items before they get completely shut out.
Dire's structures are fortified.
it just looks so difficult because I just keep looking at Kyo's Monkey King and he's just got phase boots and Deso. It's just so hard for them to
The
fight.
Night Stalker's gem.
He's done. Damn. He was doing so well with that Aghanim Scepter. I mean, the fact that he even got it was impressive. And then run around with the gem finally and start taking down Vision, but losing it not like 2 minutes after picking it up.
Yeah. So as a Jakiro, well, what's your job in this game, right? Like usually in the early game, you're supposed to just push towers down stuff. Now he has maxed Ice Path. Like who do you want to hit in the Ice Path? Are you just trying to do it on the fly, or is there anyone like specific?
I feel like it's just on the fly. There's just too much going on in these team fights, and I mean, Death Prophet probably not even your priority. If he has his ulti going, it's gonna do damage to you anyways. Maybe try to protect your carries instead with it. You hope that you can catch a Weaver who's trying to get in, as well as a Slayer who wants to get in.
That makes sense.
I feel like most of his job is like more on the fact that he's just got to find a way to... Oh no, the Eul Scepter on the Monkey King right before he could jump away, but they do have defensive Force Staffs. Maybe they have one for Dubu, or not. Dubu's going to be the one caught out here. Pretty decent silence from Abed too. QO's in some serious trouble. They're trying to finish him off with a Desolator proc, but Mason doesn't quite have enough damage to get him. Nether Ward also kind of keeping them at bay. Decrepify buying a little bit of time for that little itty bitty ward. DC. Another pick off for them. Back themselves away. I think that the Jakiro's just got to be the guy who stops some of these pushes and honestly gets... I think sometimes he's got to be the one who pushes out waves simply because it doesn't matter too much if he gets caught. Or at least he's the person that matters the least.
Yeah, oh man, but with this Death Prophet, the Shiva's guard now, I really don't see how Immortals can 5v5 fight.
They need like mass 4-stat pushes on Death Prophet or something when she's ruptured.
I think the only way they're going to win these team fights is if they somehow manage to start an engagement with Moon going down first. Like you can't. I don't think you can let this Oracle cast spells.
Yeah, oh, they're going.
Poking and Bulba. Use of the darkness there. And all the vision in the world doesn't change the fact that you can't really go on these heroes. They're trying to catch the Monkey King right now using both Shivas and Sprout.
Good luck.
Scouting through the trees.
Oh, I got a trivia question for you guys. How many stats does Ghost Scepter give without looking it up?
6.
Wrong.
No, it's
I bet
not
you
that
it's 5
low, is it?
It is. It's 5 now. It's been nerfed. Like, we were talking about me and Lacoste, we were talking, we're like, it's like plus 10. He's like, no, it's lower. It's like plus 7. We look, it's plus 5. It's actually like, just, I mean, you literally only get it for ethereal form. I mean, it was way too good when it gave plus 10 right when it came out, but
Yeah.
so that was just a little Grant trivia, pardon me.
Yeah, I remember like the absurdity of it because he was as much as
An ultimate.
it was less than an ultimate orb, but it gave you the same stats.
And ethereal form, yeah. So Mason has a death, so now we saw him sieging down that bottom tower with it. Oh, I mean, Cap, you know you can't catch a Monkey King. Fuck out of here.
Dude, you really can't.
Oh, they're gonna smoke up.
I think they feel like the DC's a bit split.
Well, they're right. Oh, this is gonna be a huge pickoff if they manage to find Mason.
They see Mason, take away his Lincolns, do manage to get the silence onto him, plus the Ice Path, but can they actually blow him up before he manages to get off his ultimate? They do get him. Big time kill. Plus Moon Meander, it looks like, but Digital Chaos are kind of forming. No, they're all out. They're going to leave Moon Meander to his death. Almost catching the Furion with that Ice Path, though.
That's just so, you kill their carry who, like, Mason had the gem, and he's firing by themselves in the enemy jungle. That's just a definite misplay and a really good smoke gank.
And he didn't immediately, like, pop the ultimate once his Lincolns got hit.
Maybe didn't know like what actually was coming, but yeah, that definitely feels like a little bit of misplay. But look at bottom lane with the creeps pushed in middle.
Go ahead, Grant.
It's gonna get a bit of damage.
That's a good bit of unhealable damage. Actually, it's gonna take it below 50%. That's 800. Look at it. Look at this. Like that's actually just broken.
Unhealable damage, ladies and gentlemen.
My favorite. People didn't believe, and then people like kind of made fun of me for saying that stuff, and then they watched the the CIS Grand Finals in like the 3-hour game with Empire and stuff, and they saw the tier 4 towers with Regent, no one doubted me then.
Every single time I see a situation where teams against Mega Creeps and they keep on keeping their tier 4 towers alive for like impossibly long stretches, all I think about you is you, Grant. That's all I think
Thanks. You're making me blush.
Dubu.
Dubu?
Not gonna get caught.
All right, Immortals are going to take their first tower since like 15 minutes when they were going ham through mid and bottom.
They managed to bring it back. It's dead even again in terms of net worth.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They see the Furion, but Mason now sees Fevy. And manages to get bugs onto Forev as well. Now, QO is still going to go straight for MSS. Does manage to get off the Jingu. The Sounds goes down onto Mason. They brought Bulba pretty low as well. QO's forced back the Furion and is going to try and join the rest of his team now. Throwing down the ultimate. Protecting this area from Abed, who's going to run through it and try and go for the rest of the team, but they've got the silence out. QO's actually just leaving the rest of his team, and Immortals is going to run away from Abed. They think this is a fight that they just do not want to take against that Death Prophet, and they're probably right. Immortals have forced out an exorcism and lost very little for it.
Yep, 1-for-1 Pugna for Slardar, not too bad.
Tome of Knowledge drop. Looks like QO is going to be the one picking it up. And I think they just heal up and go again. I mean, this is a big bait. Yeah, they're going to smoke up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Monkey King's ult's great, but when Exorcism's down, DP's actually one of the most useless heroes. Meanwhile, Monkey King has an AoE stun crit, insane amounts of damage. Like, his ult's great, but you don't need it this late in the game.
And MSS just TP'd into top lane. Oh,
They
a
missed.
misboundless strike. I'm sure that they're still going to catch him, right? They're going to be able to get the jump on, and the silence make sure that Oracle is not going to TP into that one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yep, that's just a really good call by you there, Steven. That was a quick smoke and just an easy pick off there, because they have, look at those wards on the top lane middle.
DC's just letting themselves get caught. What a beautiful ice path. Catches Bulba as he tries to jump in with a boundless strike combo. Mason. Oh, Mason's actually in trouble. He almost dies to that one. Does manage to get off his ultimate, but he's going to eat through the Night Stalker in the back line. So QO fights up against Abed, but they manage to get the Oracle save off. He's got the Aegis, though. MP, he's going straight for MSS, especially with the Death Prophet so low. He's so fast. He eats the cheese, goes for that last bit of damage,
great
but he's
play.
disarmed by Moon Meander, and he'll die underneath the tower. MP goes too deep, while Immortals, they didn't manage to get the Weaver, right? Mason got that kill and got out.
Radiant's middle tower.
And more importantly, he got the gem back.
Oh, wow.
Radiant's middle tower
Did that
is
Force
fortified.
Staff bug for the Bloodseeker? It looked like he used Force Staff and he like flew around buildings instead of going over him. That was weird.
It did look a little weird, but I think that was due to the fact that there were so many heroes that were low
Yeah, he had
that
that
he
much
just
move
ran
speed.
so fast. Yeah.
Oh, that was a very strange fight by both teams, but the tier 2 tower does go down and Immortals takes in. I mean, this is, I don't want to say classic DC because you never want to say classic when it's a bad thing, but these guys are good at like winning that first 20 minutes of a game, and then they just, I wouldn't say they feel lost, they just lose the late game when they're up.
And
For
this-
me, it just feels like they're a little too conservative. That's really all it comes down to.
And then once they lost control of the map, I feel like they weren't conservative enough. You know, like you had to just hole up in your base at that
Oh,
point. 'cause
Dubu and Mason smoked and saw each other.
they're going to try and wrap. They were looking for QO. In fact, they're even throwing out. Oh, no. Come on. Come on,
I
man.
love that here. Uh-oh, and here they all come.
Now the chase. They've got the vision on MSS. They're going to be able to spot him out. Gets the void. There's the stun from Bulba, but a nice ice path once again. But a better silence from Abed. Abed's going to be in some serious trouble. The Oracle immediately throws the ultimate down on him, but he's ruptured, surrounded by Monkey King ultimate, getting sucked on deliciously by Forev. Abed is definitely dead. So it's up to Mason now to carry through this fight, but he can't get anywhere near that Monkey King ultimate. He's got to get chased away, silenced up. They've got vision of him too. They're just trying to kite him around. What's our Bloodseeker up to? Alongside Forev, they're trying to chase down Bulba with Radiance. He's not going to be able to blink out of that one. Will eventually die. Mason away into the tree, spotted out by QO. Managed to spot him and brings him down with a balance strike and 2 right clicks. That's 5 down from Digital Chaos. And Immortals looks like they're going to be able to take the first racks of this game, if not 2.
Yeah, that was just such a like we said, Dubu, man. These ice paths, he's hitting like no less than 2 heroes every time, and they're 2 clutch heroes. And Abed, I mean, he got his ulti off right, but they were just hitting a BKB'd Monkey King when he had 40 armor. It just did nothing.
Yeah, he's finally reached that stage where he is. You just cannot ignore this Monkey King in these team fights. He just does way too much damage, and I honestly can't believe Immortals are in this position again.
This has to feel, dude. Immortals has done this to 2 teams now. It's a 1-1. They're losing game 3. They did it to VGJ, I think, 2 nights ago, and now they're doing it to DC again. Immortals, that experience.
Bulba does manage to get the 2-month stun out, but now Ruptured with a silence coming in as well. MP doesn't want to give up his life for a Slardar, though. Immortals should be very happy with what they accomplished. 1 lane of racks down bottom. They're going to catch MSS actually trying to sneak in and take the tier 3 and the melee racks, but unsuccessful. Ends up going down.
Bad. Like, now you have your best hero on the map is a Death Prophet who's just completely countered by the position 1 hero on the other side. Like, what do you do?
I don't know, Steven. What do
it
you
was
do?
a rhetorical, dumbasses.
I mean, the thing is, like, this game just got even like that much harder when they kind of threw away their lead and they're against a Night Stalker. So you can't even hope for a perfect initiation, right? Like, even though Boba has a Blink Dagger, it's just so hard for him to find the right targets. I think if they're gonna hope for a chance to win this game, they are going to have to hope for the dream smoke play.
Yeah, well, we've seen like 2 times they've almost caught QO, but almost is definitely not good enough.
Oh, he's got a Scotty now too.
Holy smokes, he is jacked. This is looking like me after I went to the gym for the first time. You know, and you're just like, you go to the gym for the first time, you just feel like you're gonna be that dude. I mean, he actually is, but I mean, my mindset was like that. I'll see you, Bulba.
And Bulba trying to protect the ward doesn't go too well.
That was a good analogy, Grant. I like that.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I hate to be the guy that says it, but this game is looking pretty damn. And his Monkey King, I don't think you could even like just if DC was allowed to change heroes in the middle of the game, like there's nothing to do with this Monkey King at this point.
Yeah. It's I think it's actually one of the best late game heroes in the game. As like silly as that sounds when you contrast it with what Monkey King used to be, which was the best 4 position in the world, you know? Like the fact that this hero now is just turning into this big carry is, look at him, just going straight for Abed. Rupture and Silence is going to be going out. QO does not have an agent, so he's going to try and throw out his ultimate to try and dodge some of this physical damage because he's got Forever. The back line's just, giving it to him good. Look at the heal go. QO is not dead. I was just about to say he's going to die to the Death Prophet, but not even that. They can't get a single kill.
Oh my, that was just...
Thick play by 4F.
Yeah, that's just Immortals doing what they've done the last couple of days, and I mean, honestly, DC doing what they've done the last couple of days. Have an early lead, you know, maybe be a little too passive, maybe not do enough, and you just slowly fall behind, and then magically QO has 6 items.
Damn.
I think that definitely is DC's biggest weakness, though. I feel like time and time again, they just do so well in the laning phase, and then they try their very best to just maintain it, but in doing so, never really accomplishing too much. Like, this entire game, it felt like DC was in control, but if you look at the graphs, I mean, while feeling in control, the net worth was just not there.
Yep.
I think the most impressive thing for me was that period of time where Digital Chaos was very clearly in control of the game, and yet Immortals just dodged them and managed to keep like that gold lead from spiraling downwards to Digital Chaos's favor. They continued to farm up. I mean, Febby had like a really well-timed Night Stalker Aghanims, considering how little control and little, like, they couldn't even fight Digital Chaos at all. And he still managed to pick up like what, a 30-minute Aghanims or something like that.
Yeah. I think it was earlier than that even. I mean, you can actually just check the
let's check the scoreboard.
Yeah, come on, Cap.
He picked it up at 21 minutes.
Damn.
That's on par with
What?
like my play, but you know. Yeah, look. I mean, if we even look at the graphs too, like you were doing, like actually, I mean, Radiant never really had that big of a lead. It just, I guess, because they have a Nature's Prophet and a Death Prophet. Obviously, their mid game push is going to be better. But man, once they lost that one team fight, it was just curtains.
And I mean, the thing is too, you know, the Nature's Prophet, I feel like they were playing very conservatively with this Nature's Prophet as well. You know, they're probably telling him to just constantly come to fights that he doesn't really need to come to. I think that like his overall low level and low amount of farm just comes down to the fact that he's not actually doing what Nature's Prophets normally do. And that's just a farm and split push.
Yep.